where they get these fragrances. We also want to do what iTunes did with music. Users are able to go on this marketplace that we have built into our app, where they can download, or they can purchase these oils and get sent to them from us. So it has a little catalog, you can directly order it, and then you can also get push notifications when your supply of oil is low. So think of it like printers. That's how our business model is structured. Yep.
When you first developed Sense, do you like just have friends who are programmers, or do you have to go out and convince other people that this is a good product?
It's funny you mention that because that's one of the biggest challenges that we face as a company. Remember one of the things I talked about was credibility. Throughout 2014, the company was essentially what we call a zombie startup. It was me and another business person developing this, and we had no programmers. Our original programmer left the company to work at Google, and we had no technical people. So we were during that time, we didn't have anyone to develop the product, so we were frozen. So what we did is we spent months and months and months doing market research, talking to people. And that's, at the heart of it, that's what you need to do as an entrepreneur. And you want that sample size to be as big as possible to get a good feel for what the market is. So we talk to homeowners. We talk to, right now we have about 300 homeowners that we've talked to, and honing in on what their core needs and what their core problems are. And that's what we did. And that's funny transition into the slide. Embracing changing challenges. So we examined, like I said, trends in home automation. We went through different pivots. Because at the heart of it, Sense was supposed to be a home automation company. And then we found this interesting niche in smells, and I was a little bit hesitant at first. And then my original co-founder was like, no, Kevin, we got to pursue this. This actually was really interesting. So it speaks to one of the mottos we have, which is to never fall in love with your own idea. A lot of entrepreneurs, they have assumptions about the market, and they think it's awesome. They think it's the be-all, end-all solution. But it may not necessarily be that. So another big thing, too, is we identified innovators and early adopters. And what I mean by that is these are the hardcore, techie, tech-savvy individuals who are most likely to adopt your technology when you first launch it. So not everyone is going to be into this stuff, and you have to prove your point. So these innovators, or these early adopters, they're the people you want to target first. And what I say about listening to Olivia, Olivia is this persona, this person that we created, who's kind of an amalgamation or a combination of all of the 300 people that we've spoken to. So she's this character that lives downtown. She works at an agency of some sort. And when she comes home, all she wants to do is to relax, to kick back, and immerse herself in her home, and she does that through fragrances. So the thing about me is I'm big on storytelling. There's a story behind everything you do as an entrepreneur. And if you frame your target market in terms of a story, it clearly defines the needs of the market and the needs of this person. So it's like you take these 300 people that I spoke to, and you look at it from a micro perspective, from one single person. So challenges faced, I talked about that, assembling the team. We have to put a lot of hustle, a lot of work in to get that credibility to build it so that we can find programmers. The next thing was product market fit. Again, talking to people like Olivia, to these homeowners that have, these stereotypical Vancouverites who live in Yale Town and Gastown and stuff, and that's a target market. And obtaining resources. You have to be creative in how you do things, because I'm a student, I'm broke, so you got to find creative ways to put money into this thing, or get money, get grants. And I'll talk about it later in the presentation about there's so many resources, not just for mentorship and personal development, but also funding. Sense today. We're a team of 5 individuals. Myself, we have a programmer, we have 2 engineers. One of them is my chief technical officer. And we have, did I say designer? Yeah. No, not yet. And so that's the 5 of us. This is a shot of us during our meetings. We're launching a Kickstarter campaign, shameless plug, at the end of the summer. So we had a photo shoot and stuff, so we have all these promotional pictures. So how to get started. I noticed it's 3:42, so I'm gonna go through this really quickly. Talk to people. Number one of the things I talked about. Hone in on what the target market wants, or what you think the target market is. Validate all of your assumptions. At the start of it, you have all these assumptions about, like I said, whether or not the market will adopt it. Who is that's going to adopt your technology or your innovation, your solution? The best way to make money off of that. And you have to validate that. Build fast. Go through lots of rapid iterations. In this day and age, it's so easy to develop new products. We have 3D printing, which almost nearly eliminates. Again, the technology is still not as high quality as a manufacturing facility. Like at the heart of it, if you're gonna launch a product, you still need plastic molds and stuff. But 3D printing, it's relatively cheap compared to big time, manufacturing facilities, and you can quickly build things and quickly get a proof of concept. Once you have that, test the hell out of this thing. Have the users put their hands on this thing, play with it, and then you hone in on, like, users may think they know what their problems are, but when they actually try out the product, it might be something totally different. And then you measure the results. Whether it's, there are a lot of different metrics that you can use that is a totally different talk, but you got to measure the results and quantify it and document it. And then repeat. You're going to fail a lot, you're going to fail hard, but you got to do it fast. And then resources. This is the big one I wanted to talk about too, is resources everywhere. There are tons of organizations here in BC that support innovative solutions of all different kinds, whether you're in technology, whether you're doing social innovation, whether you're doing a mix of both. So what I said, Venture Connection based out of SFU is one that I'm working with. Futurepreneur Canada, I'm just going to go through this list. Futurepreneur is an organization that mentors young entrepreneurs, gives them loans. So we're applying for, with Orsense, we're applying for a loan for about $15,000 from their organization. Launch Academy, similar service. They give you office space as well. Lighthouse Labs, really awesome place. If you don't have the technical skills, you can learn how to code from these guys. It's quite a hefty fee for like their program, but they justify it with that. If you have the skill set and you graduate from the program, the jobs that you'll get as a coder would clearly be able to, satisfy that. Are you guys taking pictures, or are you recording? Oh, okay. Yeah, because I can forward these slides to everyone too, by the way. So yeah, BCIC, BC Innovation Council, BCTIA, organizations that help entrepreneurs. Wavefront is one that we're considering working with later on because they focus on wireless innovation. So remember what I said about Internet of Things? Orsense is the Internet of Smells, and Triton, the fish tank company I was talking about, is like the Internet of Fish. So and Wavefront is the kind of service that satisfies both of those needs of companies. And right now, Orsense and Triton are competing in the BCIC New Ventures BC competition. Winner gets over $150K in funding. It's ridiculous. It's like Dragon's Den, basically. It's kind of weird because I have two companies in that competition, but we're competing against each other, so we had to call to make sure there wasn't a conflict of interest. With that said, I think that wraps up the first part, right?
Yeah, thank you very much, Gavin.
I feel like we should take a break now.
Did anyone have any questions for Kevin? I know it was a lot of material.